Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cup TV, your place for reality TV nonsense. We get the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. My name is Jack. I am the resident game designer of the panel. Welcome to Waffle Wednesday, where the flavor today is habanero and ghost pepper for two different powers of spiciness and just a lot of drama and chaos, especially if you're on the toilet later. That bombed. Anyway, I just had some water.
But Jack, if it wasn't in your hydro flask, you Visco girl, what would it be in?
You think I have money for a hydro flask? No, I spent all my money on a lovely cup mug. You can get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com, and it'll have two logos instead of one because two is better than one.
And also, for the record, Jack says he spent all of his money on it. That's not because it's expensive; it's because Jack's broke.
You're not wrong, but this is I'm hosting. Great, I'll attack you next Monday.
It's our job, Jack. Hi everybody, I'm Brook, and I'm passionate about pop culture. Note the fan, because I'm doing my best to show off just how gay I am, just like Jimmy is this season. And of course, yes.
Yes, house down, mama. Ooh.
Yes, God, mama. Beside the point. I'm just happy that the season has continued to be the definition of mess. We're gonna take the Webster's Dictionary word of mess, remove anything it says in there, and we're just gonna put C Big Brother 27, and that's just where we're at. Messica haircut, like we're just going like mess.
And what are you drinking?
Oh, I'm drinking a Coke from McDonald's because it's yummy. I'm also eating a McFlurry. It's a s'mores McFlurry.
What about thumbs do that? Sorry.
Ooh.
Hi, I'm your local ex-brother covering this season of Big Brother and your future winner of America's Next Chopped Model, Season 1. And I'm very excited to be here. Yeah.
On the subject of Season 1, shout out to Building the Band for single-handedly killing my enjoyment of an entire show at the very end, by the way. Thank you very much. Season 4, we're robbed.
It isn't a Netflix show unless the plane crashes and burns at the last possible moment.
Literally the final two.
Well,
but thank you all for joining us today for both a recap of potentially the wildest veto episode we've had in a while and the potentially wildest waffling where things seem to have changed behind closed doors and we're still confused. So before we go ahead and get into all of that, if you wouldn't mind, feel free to hit the subscribe button below if you're interested in any other sort of Big Brother content. We are here 4 different times a week. We are here Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, nearly giving you 48-hour coverage of Big Brother this season. You don't want to miss this, along with coverage of The Snake, Survivor Australia versus the World, Destination X, US, and UK. We have decided to cover that now. And, I mean, let's say you...
coming up, you know...
Oh yes, Traders Canada as well, if we can fit that in.
There's a lot, guys.
There's so much. There's so much.
People realize, the networks are realizing reality TV is popular again, and they're just greenlighting everything they can. And then for some reason giving us every other week episodes of The Snake. Here we are.
Yeah,
I still don't understand
Renaissance.
And like Dancing with the Stars is coming up. Like we got a lot coming up for y'all. A lot.
Oh yeah, and also Project One Way with Utica. And funnily enough, you might know Utica from Drag Race. Well, we have a whole Drag Race channel where we're covering every single drag show that's basically out there at this point. King of Drag is finishing up. We have Drag Race France, All Stars, Brazil. I am missing others because I'm not the one covering that.
Another one. Thank
is
you.
happening shortly. You know, there's just a lot going on. Always a lot going on the drag
Always
channel.
a lot. And then also WWE and our Eurovision Song Contest. All of that can be found in the link tree in the description, as well as links to get your cup merch and also audio versions of all our podcasts. Now, that was a lot of rambling to get to the real meat and potatoes of today, which is, of course, the absolute insanity of a Wednesday veto episode. The first one that has absolutely deserved the 90 minutes because I do not want to know what they would have done with 60.
The only thing I can think of is maybe they would have cut the comp at the very end, like the Kelly comp, and pushed that to the Thursday episode. Because we've had that before whenever the Wednesday episodes had too much going on, like the leftovers, they pushed the veto meeting to Thursday. But like, even then, I low-key think this episode is more chaotic than even the leftovers episode from Big Brother 24. So like, or it was 24, yeah. So like, as we're going back, I really cannot think of a Wednesday episode that had this much going on. Maybe the leftovers, and that might be it. Like, realistically, there's just so much that happened this week that trying to condense it into a smaller form of content, I don't know how they could have done it. So I'm happy they got 90 minutes here as well.
We wouldn't have had like any game talk, like anything other than just the
None.
competitions and immediately going into like nominations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would have been so incredibly tight to just get that together. But, I mean, thankfully, we got stuff. We basically only got one filler segment this episode. Everything else felt pretty important and impactful. So I say we go ahead and get into what was potentially the weirdest, most jam-packed episode of the season so far. We get to start just after nominations. Jimmy is like, look, I want these noms to stay. Please, God, do not make me nominate another person. I don't want to do it. I know Kelly and Keanu probably have powers. I don't want to do it.
Cut 2.
Yeah. I mean, this episode very much just kind of insanity crashes and burns. But we pretty quickly go into just a little topic of, you know, boys are in the workout room, Ava's with them. And
Yep.
Ava's just in the house doing whatever the hell she wants.
She's
And
doing
no
her
one
best.
thinks of her as a problem.
She's working out in her own Ava way.
Look, isn't lifting that big ass hat enough? Isn't that enough for her to be working out?
It's gonna.
How
break
big's
her
the
back
hat
in
today,
day.
Esme? How big we at with that?
I fell off. I forgot for a few days. I got to get back into it. So I'm gonna have to like. I missed like 3 days, so I'm gonna have to jumpstart it and make it like this much bigger. So it's probably gonna be bigger than her now.
We're gonna start losing her. We're just gonna start seeing like the Big Brother house as a whole with the hat, and like slowly as the game goes on.
It's gonna be all yep. So it was like, where the fuck are you gonna put her by day 30? It's like, mind your business, because I don't know where I'm gonna put her by day 30.
Well, we move on to the veto picking ceremony. Nice and simple, no complications, no drama at all. Yeah. So literally, Jimmy can barely get the words out. We're gonna pick 2 people to play for this veto competition before Keanu just stands up and says,
"Excuse me." I want to use my power.
And almost immediately, Jimmy and Keanu just start fighting. Because of course.
See, Jimmy did this intelligently. Jimmy's like, great, so you lied to me about that too. Awesome, right? He poked the bear just enough for Keanu to lose it. And it worked really well. I mean, I can't be mad at him because Keanu out here telling everybody, I'm going to pick you off one by one in week 2.
He's like, yeah, I just have to win out, and then I'll just pick you all off one by one. The fuck?
Can we, the audacity of this statement of, I need to win out in week 2. That's some like, I cannot think of another Big Brother player or even Survivor player that has ever been that arrogant. In week 2, you're going to win out from week 2. That's assuming that every single one of these evictions, you are either going to be HOH or win the veto, because eventually the blockbuster will end like it did last season. And when it's over, let's say somehow you magically make the jury by winning out. Props to you. Congratulations. That would be very impressive. Okay. They're just not going to put you up in the veto, and they're going to backdoor you and send you out the door. You can't do it from this early. It doesn't work that
Right.
way.
Like you're gonna have a week where you win HOH, according to you. Get somebody out evicted, then the next then you can't play the HOH. You're not put up on the block originally, and then you get backdoored.
It happened to so many people throughout the history of Big Brother have been backdoored. Jace was the first one. You're going to be the next one. That's all I got to say about that.
I'm just trying to, like, mentally go through the odds of, like, okay, so we'll get to play, like, some blockbusters for, like, what? Probably 4 or 5 more weeks about. We don't necessarily know how long it's going on for because it's a permanent addition, so we just don't know how long this is going to go for. My guess is maybe till end of the week. Mm-hmm. It should. Mm-hmm. It should. It's probably not going to because it's Big Brother.
It did last season, and I think and also we do have confirmation now that the original plan last season was to go back to the jury in 9 and have it just be a special thing for 25. So they actually extended it a couple weeks because it was bringing so much drama and entertainment to the show, and I'm really glad they did, by the way. Mm-hmm. Because then Joseph would have made the jury, and I don't know how I would have felt about that. Beside the point. I hope that they ended at the jury, because the big reason that I think it worked last season was because it didn't overstay its welcome. You know, and then it's the same reason people don't like the Battle of the Block in Big Brother 16 nearly as much as we like it in 17. Because at least in 17, it was only around for 5 weeks, and then it was over and done, and we didn't have to worry about it anymore. In 16, it was literally there until the final fucking 6. Way too
Was it really that long?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ, I blocked that season 4 out of my memory.
Or maybe the final 7, because I think the final 6 was a double eviction.
I was going to say, like, if it's at final 6, everyone is then forcefully nominated, so that doesn't make any sense. But at the same time,
7, and then Christine went home in her double eviction in final 6.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh god, it goes to at least week 8, which is insanity.
Mm-hmm. In a jury house of 9 with 9 jurors, of course. That's
I do think that if this like ends pre-jury or at jury, like right at the jury phase, it really denotes a different phase of the game in a different way than past Big Brother seasons do, because this competition is no longer playable. You're in jury, you have one less chance to save yourself.
And I do think that's probably where it will end, but we're just gonna pray.
I hope so, because I think it then makes it harder to make it past each week in jury, because you don't have 2 chances to pull yourself off the block. You only have 1 confirmed, maybe 2 if you have a fucking power or some shit.
Yeah.
But also, I'm thinking that it's ending there because all the other powers you've gotten end at jury. Everybody's power that they've gotten from the hostel, you know what I meant, have ended at like the jury phase. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Only one of them is in the house now, so well.
Well, two.
Two, yeah.
One of them is just significantly more well hidden.
Well, we'll talk about it.
Also, speaking of the powers, my thing was, why didn't Keanu just say he had it after he was already on the block and knew he was going to play it? Like,
Exactly.
What the fuck, Keanu?
See, okay. So, you what did you say, Esme?
I said, what the fuck, Keanu?
Thank you. I have it on standby.
Yeah.
But the thing that really shocked me about this was not that Jimmy and Keanu started fighting. You could have dropped a pin in the middle of that nomination ceremony and they would have started fighting. But dear God, the fact that Keanu, and again, it takes a lot for me to pull this up myself, right? Keanu, that might be the single worst move I think I have ever seen in the history of Big Brother. It's up there for sure.
It's up there.
I get the idea of make my target so big that nobody wants to come after me because they can always go after me later. Yeah, that works until one side of the house is left, and then they have no choice but to go after you. And even then, it doesn't work every time either. Sometimes people just want to get clean, good blood on their hands, get you out the door, and move on.
It's such revisionist history, I'm going to be so honest. It's very clear that man just got ticked off and said some dumb things and then had to justify it.
Yep.
And it didn't help that Ashley was kind of like, you said what? Let me bring it up 5 minutes later. Just to reiterate the point. Which...
Insane work.
Just small pin, not like it's really going to matter. Ava gets drawn for the veto and the mystery contestant is the other player. Which, yay! Anyway.
Woo.
Ashley clocked him so fucking hard.
She didn't need to get in the middle of it, but she did.
But I love her. I love her so much. I love how they have been forced to move on from this Ashley shower narrative at this point and showcase Ashley for the messy bitch that she is. Because Ashley, all she does is just go, so does that include me? Are you picking me off one by one?
Not even the top three that you're not?
And she's like, at least you could have had a top three. I'm dying. This entire segment was such good entertainment that I thank you for not showing this on the feeds. I am so happy I got to watch this in real time.
Yes.
Saying this while you're on the block for eviction is crazy work.
He's a fucking idiot.
I mean, when you have Ava questioning your word, directly after the veto ceremony veto picking is over, you've done something wrong. And I love how before, week one, they tried to show Keanu in a sane light.
Mm-hmm.
They tried really hard to show him in a sane light. And they're just yeah, no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, he's doing his best not to get that.
Mm-hmm. I just thought it was really funny. I laughed so fucking hard. Oh my God.
If Big Brother doesn't, if Drag Race doesn't win an Emmy, it's Keanu's fault.
Oh yeah.
You mean the Emmys would have to nominate Big Brother for Best Reality TV Show? Never happening.
No, but
I mean, they can genuinely submit this episode and have a chance.
Okay, but they've tried. They could have submitted last season and they didn't.
Did they not at least submit that? Oh, Jesus, fuck.
Last season they submitted the I think it was the Cedric Boo episode, which is still a good choice, but
yeah, that's fair.
Nothing compares to Crazy Eyes. Nothing. Not a damn. That or Tucker taking Angela off the block. That would have also been a good choice.
Mm-hmm.
Either one of those you don't need context for. Cedric going out you need context for. So this one as well, you really don't need context for at all. So
you don't
just submit this episode.
Because there's so much is going on that it's and
also thank you for the Jasmine Kennedy mention, Jimmy. Thank you.
Yay.
Bye.
Exactly.
This is your moment. Have it. Thank you. For the record, I know Jack's headline says stop doing one-liners. I don't know if that's what he's trying to do every time.
It certainly seems like it. I'm not going to lie to you.
During the veto meeting last week, absolutely, I 100% agree with you.
The glasses. The only thing about me are these glasses. Like that was definitely.
The only thing about me are these glasses. Like that was very much like rehearsed, staged, whatever. This felt very like off the cuff. Like I am a Drag Race fan, and therefore I have this in my vocabulary.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I will say this one didn't feel rehearsed. All the other ones were, though. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm going to give him probably one more chance to not immediately quote a Drag Race quote the second he can. He's going to, but I'm going to give him a chance.
When is he going to pull up Come on Teletubby for us to Mars?
I swear to God, if that is said in an episode, you will not see me on this podcast anymore. I will quit.
Teleport us to Mars.
And I want the house guests to be more confused.
Is this real?
I want Will to be like, what the actual fuck did you just say? While Ava goes, oh, finally, I get it.
Yeah, I think if he pulls out a Tammy Brown quote, that's when me and Jack are walking hand in hand out the door.
Just
oh, you can't make me host these by myself. I need my entourage.
Well, at that point,
well, that's what
we'll just like we'll call some like local drag race and be like, so this show has turned into Drag Race Big Brother. You want in?
Speaking of calling alums,
yeah, speaking of calling alums, we basically go into the veto, which that's interesting.
Can I have my moment? Can I please have my moment?
Mm-hmm.
Go have your moment.
This is my moment, have it. During the Monday episode, I did predict that if they wanted to rig this veto competition for the person who we knew was the mystery house guest, the easiest way to do this would be playing Ready, Set, Whoa. And it may not have been the exact same competition, but it was basically just Ready, Set, Whoa.
It was Ready, Set, Whoa, except they were slightly bound at the ankles. That was literally the only difference.
Well, and they had one button instead of five, which was the traditional thing for Ready, Set, Whoa. They had the 5 buttons. And then each round one of the different buttons would get covered up. Yeah, can't say I'm mad. I like this comp. I'm kind of irritated that we're wasting it on you-know-who, but
yeah, so Kaycee, Big Brother 20, and various challenge seasons at this point, just casually walks into the house and lines up to play the veto with everyone else. Because of course.
Kaycee's playing in Ready, Set, Whoa meets Plant vs. Zombies.
Real question, and I have a very, very important question for everyone here. If we're gonna call a former Big Brother player, and even a former Big Brother winner, right? I wish it was someone who wasn't, and I say this term as nicely as I possibly can, the Big Brother player equivalent of watching paint dry. The Big Brother equivalent of a love seat because she is just freaking furniture. The Big Brother equivalent of sure.
I mean, I didn't mind because she didn't really overstay her welcome. She was there for one competition. It was fine. She did what she was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I just don't like, maybe this is just me, right? I like this power a lot. It just feels a bit odd to have it be not only a certified comp queen, right? But someone who has not only remained in this like CBS bubble of like, I just got done doing the challenge for the 900th time. I've won the challenge. Like, still physically active part of the Paramount Network. I wish they would have picked somebody that we really didn't expect to see. Because if you would have told me it's going to be somebody coming in to play the veto for somebody else, the first person I would have said was Jag. The second person I would have said was Kaycee. And
But what if
like
Ramsey showed up?
I would have laughed my ass off, but you know.
That's
Okay,
the
look.
primary issue of just
Important point. Jody Rollins has never lost a veto competition. Okay, she has a spotless record in veto competition.
That is true. That is very true.
There's other people that haven't lost a veto competition, and I don't want
But
to put them back.
Jody.
Mhm.
Imagine it's Jody has a chance to win her way into the game, and that's the real twist.
I mean, do you know how much I wouldn't be against that?
I would lose it. I would be so happy. Why didn't we bring back David for All Stars and not Jody? Give me Jody.
Because one of them was genuinely more recent. That is probably the answer.
Jody.
And I think, yeah, that and gender discrepancy.
Cut freaking Nicole Anthony. I don't care.
Cut Christmas.
Cut Christmas. There you go. Even better. Cut Christmas. Cut Christmas. Cut Christmas. If we need a rep for Big Brother 19, who's non-problematic from Big Brother 19? Mark. Cast Mark. Okay.
Kevin.
No, he was battling some health stuff at the time. Cast
Yeah,
Mark,
that's fair.
and we're fine.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, this veto is incredibly simple. We all know what's generally going to happen. Oh, Felicia's here.
Yay!
Now, granted, via the way the house guests were talking, we thought Felicia was actually in the house, which would have been two Big Brother legends in the same house at the same time from entirely different seasons.
Three Big Brother legends in the house at the same time.
Oh, yeah, three, actually. You're right. My brain isn't working. Two Big Brother guest legends at the same time. But no, Felicia's just essentially replacing the classic, like, whoa, go kind of thing, except this time she's rambling because, Felicia just did that anyway.
Wait, hold on. Wait, do we have the clip still? Please tell me we still have the clip? Damn it, it's in the TV. Stop. It's in the Drag Race channel. Damn it.
Well,
I
guess we don't.
Felicia's just going to say a bunch of random crap. When the house guests hear the word creeper, they need to run and hit their button as quickly as possible. Slowest person to do so each round is eliminated. However, if anyone at any point false starts, they are also eliminated. Last player standing wins.
But importantly, they also have these potted plant pot shaped things around their ankles, which makes them have to hop.
Well, almost everyone hopped. Kelly went out round one because she walked.
She did a little.
Like, everyone else is going for it. She's just across the line.
Piranha Plant and Smash Bros for me, like walking on the little pedals kind of vibe. Kelly girl, I feel bad because the entire house thought she threw this. And she has made very many claims in the live feeds that she did not throw this, and she just made a bad judgment call. I feel bad for her, honestly.
I don't think she thought to hop, and by the time she would have started, it was way too late. So,
yeah.
But then, directly after, Ava goes, which Ava didn't need to win this in any regard. She was never in danger. I don't blame her for immediately going, I'll lose.
What risk did she have? I mean, like, to me, I would have thrown it harder than Kelly did if I'm Ava. And then if somebody asked you if you throw it, you're like, yep, I did. I don't need to get involved. I'm good. What worry do I have?
Now, at this point, from what I remember, basically Jimmy is almost getting to the buzzer first every single time. Like, he's putting up a really good fight against Kaycee and Keanu and Adrian's doing really well in this. I
mean, that's just kind of how good Adrian's been doing at comps all season, though. He's been like second place in 2 competitions. He's been doing very well. It's just he hasn't quite been able to limp over to the other end
Make
of
it over
that
that hump, yeah. But the issue ends up coming for Jimmy is when he tries to adjust his hands, and when there's 4 people left, and he accidentally triggers a false start.
Tell me you've never watched Survivor before and you don't know that you keep your hand planted. You don't move it. You might be in pain. It's going to hurt even worse when you lose. So Jimmy's mad, and I'll be honest, as much as I am rooting for everyone not named Keanu in this house, I did laugh a little bit at Jimmy's anger.
Oh, yeah. It's like you nominated 2 people with powers and expected not to have to make a renom.
You didn't even try
At
to,
least
like,
one of them was going to be
backdoor
veto
one.
related.
You even try to put one up after the veto ceremony or after the veto. Like, you didn't. Sure.
If he wouldn't have put up Keanu, we don't know who the other person, probably would have been like Amy or Will, right?
Yeah.
But whoever else got picked in this veto, Jimmy may not have won it. Adrian probably wouldn't have won it. Adrian takes himself off the block. He put up Keanu, power flushed automatically if he doesn't win the blockbuster. Congratulations. This is the same shit we talked about on Monday. This was such a free backdoor. I don't understand why. Like, he can be against backdooring people all he fucking wants. It is a better move from a game perspective, and he is letting his own personal biases against a backdoor blind him from making good moves for himself. It's stupid. He's an idiot.
Like, the only
And like, I don't call people an idiot in Big Brother very often because, and I've done it twice on this episode, and I want to be clear, I am only calling out people who are making stupid decisions that I feel like in the house you should be able to be aware of. Even if you don't know Keanu has the power, right? He is a massive, tall, athletic individual, right? Why are you giving him 2 chances to save himself? At minimum. Stupid.
Yeah. Like, if he had put Amy up here instead, the only person that you don't really want to see win this veto is now Kelly, because if Kelly wins it, she could also then have her power still.
Yeah, but then Kelly wouldn't use it on Keanu.
Exactly.
No,
Kelly would have used
it
it to take herself off, but she only basically uses it because Keanu ends up getting the power of veto. Which, yeah, just skip ahead a couple rounds. Keanu also false starts because he can't do anything right. And then one last round, one last race, and oh my fucking god. What do you mean Kaycee won a veto on Big Brother 20s? What timeline are we in?
Can you imagine if this had been Jag? I just want to put that in the universe. Can you imagine if Jag Baines had been the person to do this and we would have had to see that fucked up picture of Jag POV on Twitter again?
I would have lost my mind, but also that would have been even funnier. Just like, yeah, so the time warping of Baby 25 persists 2 seasons later.
No, it's just, I don't know how many people in this chat remember the ending of Big Brother 25, but every damn week we saw Jag's cast picture POV on that damn blue background that they used for Big Brother 25. You know the picture I'm talking about. We all know the picture I'm talking about. People still post it to this day to piss off everyone online. I can only imagine how much funnier this would have been if it was Jag.
Yeah.
They had to have contacted him for like one of these weeks. They definitely had like multiple people lined up to where it's like, okay, you can do this week, you can do this week, you can do this week, you can do this week up until jury ends. Up until the power
2 weeks. Jag can do the next 2 weeks, and fuck it, Jody's the last week.
Well, it's the same thing that I think that the same way they did it on Drag Race. I really think the decision was basically, this is somebody who is in LA that we can get here as soon as possible, that we don't have to worry about getting them out here faster. Kaycee is a good choice. They have had plenty of good choice house guests from LA, but quite frankly, Kaycee was probably the best choice they had. At least out of the recent history of the show.
Yeah.
If you want to make my day, you get Devon on a plane, and I don't care. But hey, she has won one competition in that house, and it was what? A veto. So that's all that matters to me.
Yeah.
And she went on to win a bunch of competitions on other shows, so that's all I care about.
Yep.
But yeah, essentially, Kaycee gets the veto, hands it right to Keanu, and Keanu, the primary target of the week, is off the block, which means the secondary target of the week, Kelly, is now going to use her veto.
Yeah.
Great!
Jimmy, you had
So-
one fucking play here, and it was so simple. So simple.
There was a conversation that I believe happened right before the veto or right after the veto between Keanu and Rachel. I don't fully remember when this came up, but it was them outside, and Keanu was talking to Rachel about that she didn't really watch her seasons, but brings up highlights, and it's basically all the negative things that happened to Rachel on her seasons.
I don't think I have ever seen someone in this game that is a worse player from a social perspective than Keanu. I genuinely mean that. Genuinely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, Keanu didn't even necessarily, like, push towards the idea of, yeah, so I'm intentionally talking about your worst moments here and when you were being yelled at by other people. But Rachel certainly took it that way. And as such, for the second week in a row, Rachel wants Keanu dead.
Can we also touch on the fact that I believe this is the first time we have seen Reagan on Big Brother in any capacity in like a decade and a half almost?
Yeah.
Also, Reagan, I know you hate CBS and Big Brother, but if you ever find it in your heart to forgive them to come back and give us more quality content, I would be very appreciative. Love you, Reagan. Big fan.
It would be amazing.
Wait, also, I don't know how many people know this. Reagan and Rachel are now very good friends. And
Oh, yeah.
Reagan was in Rachel's wedding party. I don't know if they're still close, but I know that they were close at some point. So if Reagan, if you somehow see this, big fan, and let us know how you're doing, because I am genuinely curious what you're up to nowadays.
With that, though, with Keanu getting chewed out again, unfortunately, it can't turn into game repercussions this week. Because Keanu basically just stands up, says, Jimmy, not going anywhere, using the veto on myself. Name your replacement nominee. Small problem. Jimmy basically goes, I don't want to get any more blood on my hands this week. I'm going to target Amy and Will.
I can't blame him, to be honest.
I can't blame him. But on the other hand,
here's the thing.
Everyone in his alliances are telling him, literally, do not do this. Nominate someone who's an actual problem. You have Riley. You have Riley. You have Zach. Like, you have other people that you could put up here and not take the easy move out, especially Amy.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? He is aligned with both of those people. And like, as much as I want to say from Amy's perspective, I get it. Like, obviously you don't want to go back on the block. You were just on the block last week. Like, I get it. He's aligned with Riley and he's aligned with Zach. Why on earth would Jimmy put them on the block? He's not as closely aligned with you, Amy. I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, for his game, and he is the HOH, you're more expendable. And that's just the truth. If something happens and Amy goes home, it does not really affect Jimmy in any way outside of maybe making Rachel upset. But also, Rachel wants to keep Jimmy in the game because he's going to be a shield for her. And she needs that. can't risk these shields going home this early, so Rachel's gonna go for floaters like she always does because she's a good player.
Yep.
So like I can't blame Jimmy for this because I think he made the right decision. And as much as it annoys me from a like personal perspective, because I don't care for Riley that much, to be honest with you. I think he's like fine. He's been okay. I've enjoyed Amy on the episode. The feeds these past couple of days, not so much, but it's frustrating to see everyone in the house expecting Jimmy to just take another big swing when he already took one. It was a bad swing, and he did not prepare for it properly, but he already took one swing. You really want him to take two and then maybe a third? He can't.
Yeah.
He can't. There's no way for him to do that yet.
I think also potentially the fact that he did not talk to his alliance, which he was so gung-ho on making, that probably didn't help. And I mean, generally throughout this week, basically all of his alliances that were real have kind of degraded fully. Like, he's very much pissed off a lot of people to this point, to the point where it's not even, like, worth it to really... he's still valuable, but it's not at all as powerful to work with him anymore.
Yeah. It's not as in as many people's best interest to be working with Jimmy at this point.
Yeah.
And who set that system up?
Basically Jimmy.
Yeah.
Which is the weird part. But no, this veto ceremony isn't as simple because the minute that Amy goes up, the veto ceremony is about to end, and Kelly says, I'm activating my mystery veto, and I'm gonna go play a competition in a couple hours to earn my veto. And everyone's like, great. Again, we kind of already knew this was gonna happen.
Can we just jump to the comp real quick? They gave her a damn puzzle, and I was like, "Oh my god, I am having Caitlyn puzzle comp flashbacks here." I wish it was more of that kind of puzzle, just to watch as Kelly had the same reaction as Caitlyn, because I know that's exactly how she would have reacted, and
she wouldn't have won.
She wouldn't have won.
She would not have won.
It would have been so fun.
Because she nearly didn't win this one because she had like 22 seconds left on the clock, and that's when she finished it. It should have been
piece puzzle.
And it should have been easier because it's a circle. And she had the last piece and didn't know where to put it for a hot second. And I'm like, what is happening here?
Genuinely?
7-piece puzzle. 7 pieces. 7 pieces. And it's not one of those weird ass like tangram puzzles that they've used for HOHs in the past. It's a circle that has veto. It basically looks like a freaking Survivor logo. Like, it is that easy to read and easy to put together.
And not even that.
I cannot believe it was this hard for her.
There are 2 rods that you have to insert pieces onto, meaning you can tell the direction of pieces. Like, the only possible quirk in this puzzle was one piece needed to be inserted before the other because you wouldn't be able to slide it in. And she made that mistake.
And
they made others. And they made other mistakes somehow on this puzzle when she had 2 pieces left. And I'm like, you just rotate it, honey. Slide it over, honey.
Anyone remember on Survivor Worlds Apart, they had to do like a slide puzzle this one episode. And Dan kept on moving the pieces around, and then Jeff would go, Dan is wrong again. Like, that's how I felt watching this. Kelly is trying her best.
But,
and like,
you know,
I know, again, no shade to Kelly. This is a pressure situation. Obviously, you are going to be feeling the heat. You do not want to get Caitlyn again. No one wants to be Caitlyn. Okay. But girl, it was a 7-piece puzzle.
Literally, you could have given this to a toddler.
I think the toddler might have done that.
They probably would have.
My
I'm being so
two-month-year-old nephew
bitchy
would've
this
been
episode.
better.
I'm so sorry.
It's a very bitchy episode, so I don't blame you.
Yeah.
But she does win the puzzle. Barely, but she doesn't.
She does it and goes back down, and surprising no one. Yeah, Kelly comes down and Will goes up. Yay!
Keanu tried to get Jimmy to put up Rachel. I don't know why. Quick question. Quick question to those of you in the room, okay? Let's assume that Jimmy and Rachel aren't working together, okay? Does it still make even remote sense for Jimmy to put Rachel on the block?
I mean, single-minded of Keanu, Rachel is a massive problem for me. If I take out Rachel, I'm in a better spot. And more than like, she's probably at least, she has a decent chance of winning the blockbuster, but like, that's fine. And she definitely doesn't have the power. For Keanu, I can see it. For Jimmy, it is the least logical move he can make.
Yeah.
I concur.
It does not make sense
with
for
that.
Jimmy. It does not make sense for him to make that move. And he didn't, which is the right choice.
Good.
Here. He puts up Will instead, and that's fine. I just think he should have switched how he put Will and Amy up. I just think he should have switched. I think you said
Correct.
it. All these nominations came out of the pipe in the wrong order, came down the assembly line in the wrong order.
I think if it were
All
me,
the pieces are there, but you made like a toaster when you were trying to make a microwave.
girl, we talk about Kelly failing a 7-piece puzzle. Girl, this is a 5-piece puzzle, okay? And real talk, okay? Worst case scenario here is that the veto gets used and Kelly uses her power, right? Okay, cool. You have Adrian, Amy, Kelly on the block, right? Assure all of them and say, none of you are my target. I want Keanu on the block and going home, but I can't give him the opportunity to play in the veto. I can't. Adrian probably wins the veto, or somebody wins the veto. And if you tell them, hey, we're going to backdoor Keanu, every single person in this house will agree to that plan. All of them. Because no one wants him in the house anymore. You take that person down, you stick up Keanu. If he wins the blockbuster, oh well. But like, at least you tried, and at least you didn't piss anybody off because everyone knows your plans, everyone knows what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day,
and then maybe you only have to nominate 4 people. Right. And then maybe at the end of the day, you only have to nominate 4 people, and you don't have to piss off another person because you put them on the block.
If it were me at that point, let's say it's Adrian wins the veto, so it's Keanu, Amy, and Kelly on the block, right? Kelly wins her veto and pulls herself off. I would pull Zach to the side and say, hey, you're going to stay no matter what. You have the votes to stay against Amy. I think you can beat Keanu in this comp, and I want to put you up to give us the best odds of doing that. And then you put up Zach. I think it makes the most sense for his game. Like, I get why he put up Will at this point, because, like, Keanu's not going home. Kelly's not going home. So you're going to your 3rd target now. Amy going home doesn't really negatively affect anybody. I think it's even a benefit for Rachel, really. At this point, and then at that point, nobody's going to vote to evict Will, probably. We'll get to that. And Adrian has probably the best chance of winning the blockbuster. So it doesn't really matter what you do at this point. Because at the end of the day, none of these people were really great numbers for Jimmy in the long run. So it's kind of salvage what you can out of this HOH and move on and hope for the best in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But instead, we got this very cursed week of Big Brother, leading into the insanity that we get to with live feed. Which, if you are not interested in hearing about the live feeds, if you just want to find out what happens in just about 24 hours at this point, thank you so much for watching. The exit is right over there, along with Kaycee through the back door. For everyone else that's staying with us,
should have went to.
3, 2, 1. I hate these people.
Okay. Okay. First off, these votes have changed like 4 times today.
Mm-hmm.
We will not know who's going home until after they get evicted next week. I'm just saying that tomorrow. That's just where we're at. No idea.
Yeah.
It could be anybody. Yeah. I could literally see Julie getting evicted from this house and be like, yeah, okay, I see it.
Yeah. Genuinely, earlier today, and basically after the noms were finalized, people were like, you know what? We've seen enough of Amy. She can probably get going here. It's fine. People started counting the numbers. People are okay with getting rid of Amy. Rachel was informed of it and kind of was like, okay, we'll see what happens.
This is on the heels of Amy being a total rude mess to Rachel since Monday, by the way. Amy has been talking so much crap about Rachel behind her back these past few days. It's crazy. Like, absolutely insane.
Has Rachel found out about it yet?
No. Absolutely not.
But of course, things can't ever stay simple in this goddamn game. So earlier today, the feeds went down for like 3 hours. Little strange, a little peculiar, but you know what? Skippy just needed to take a really extended lunch break, get his hair cut, all that. Yeah. We come back. Beforehand, Amy was basically the goner in all scenarios. Now Adrian's the goner in almost all scenarios. What the fuck?
Yeah, so we're currently, I would like to emphasize currently in a...
It could change by the time we're off this podcast.
Yeah, it very likely will. We are currently in a split 6-6 vote between Adrian and Will if Amy were to somehow win the blockbuster, with Riley being the vote that we don't know where he's going, which is fucking crazy. Then if it's Amy and Will, Amy is still going out the door, borderline unanimously, possibly even unanimously if Rachel jumps on that train. But then Adrian has suddenly flipped to if Adrian is there, he's going home against Amy, which is crazy to me. Absolutely insane.
I mean, I understand he's a bigger threat.
Yeah, but like with how unanimously unified the house is in voting Amy out over Will, you would expect it to be the same way if Adrian's against Will. And it's not. Like, I don't know what the difference is to these people of Amy and Will being on the block against each other versus Adrian and Will that makes that vote so close and that other vote not even remotely close if Adrian's going home over Amy. Like, I don't get it. And I'm still trying to figure it out myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's so strange. And genuinely, this is not even the only thing that's like weirdly gone down within the past 48 hours.
The girls are fighting.
Okay. We have officially seen the fissure of the girls' entanglement is the best way I can describe it because it was never an official alliance. Mm-hmm. Because Lauren and Catherine are now full-on feuding with Morgan and Mickey. Kind of out of nowhere.
I don't know how it started.
No idea. Also, Mickey's power, pretty much public information now. And it's not going to matter. It's not going to get played, probably. And it shouldn't. She shouldn't even risk it.
She really shouldn't. I mean, maybe if it's like a Keanu HOH to stop him, be like, you know what? The only person who might not know about this is Keanu at this point.
Well, Adrian somehow knows. How the hell did Adrian find out?
I don't know. And then,
but yeah,
Ava's also annoyed with Catherine.
For some reason, Catherine has been getting a lot of hate from a lot of house guests this week. I feel like we just didn't get to see something that happened on the feeds, and we're going to see it tomorrow night, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Because then on top of that, we also have to deal with the whole Jimmy, Vince, Keanu situation that's going on as well. Because apparently, Vince has now pulled Keanu into this other little side thing to try to take out Jimmy. Which, okay, I see you, but like, Vince, you are playing real close to some fire right now. Like, aligning yourself with the biggest target in the house can work, but you need to do it in the right way. And do we think Vince is going to be able to do anything in the right way? I don't think so.
No.
But it can also put you on the block next to Keanu, and then going home if Keanu beats you in the blockbuster.
Exactly.
We've also found out some just minor plans, just general vibes. So Adrian, if he wins next week HOH, is going to put up Jimmy, which, yeah, he's basically figured out that Jimmy was lying to him the whole week and is kind of hoping he goes home. And Keanu, for some reason, maybe to just win the veto. And Morgan.
Can I tell you why I think him putting Morgan on the block is actually kind of brilliant? Like, here's the thing. One, Lauren and Catherine are going to like that a lot. One. Two, puts a target on Morgan's back, and she has been coasting under the radar, right? And I don't mean coasting as in like she's a coaster, as in like not doing anything. She's just not making any waves, keeping her head down, not rocking the boat when the target's not on her. Cool, great, good decision. Put a target on people's back like that. It's a very Rachel Riley move. Floaters grab a life vest. And quite frankly, I think it's kind of brilliant, honestly. As much as I hate to admit it that I think it's a good move, because I mean, I don't want her on the block. I love Morgan. But
in danger.
But yeah. Can we also just admire the fact that Ashley is somehow not on really anyone's radar at this point? Like, way to fade into the background.
I would not say that.
She's not on anyone's radar as their first or second target right now, going into next week, as of right now.
She is royally pissing everyone off, though, where everyone's like, "We cannot trust her with anything." Like, she's not going to be brought into any new alliances because people can't trust her to not say things.
Can you trust anyone in this damn house to not say anything? That's where I'm at.
No, but she will do it very publicly and incorrectly.
I respect her for it, though.
And also we have Catherine and Riley screaming across the backyard to each other, like giving info.
Possibly a Kelly and Vince showmance brewing.
Literally, it sounds like we're generating these at random, but no, all of them are real.
Yeah.
And also, Will has like been playing his ass off these past 2 days.
Yeah.
Like,
and he has really kind of connected with a lot of the girls.
Like,
he's connected good with. I feel like he's connected pretty well with Ava, Morgan, and Mickey. Like, I could see the four of them kind of forming something.
If Will stays in the house this week, I really think he has a very real shot of winning this game. Honestly.
Which is like, I mean, I wouldn't be bad.
I love it.
And I was like, he is the best older man casting we've had in a long ass time. Since maybe
Donnie,
yeah. And I mean, he doesn't really have to do even now. Like, he has never been talked about as the person to go home. Literally, it's always been Adrian or Amy. Basically, no one has ever brought up his name.
To see a Will win, because it would be like a very different type of winner than we've ever really had on the show.
Yeah.
I mean, the crazy thing too, like, we don't really talk about the older man archetype of Big Brother as much as we talk about the older woman archetype, simply because there aren't as many examples of it, at least in an important.
And a lot of times they just fumble. Like, they're not. A lot of times they're just not as great. Like Kenny.
I'm thinking of Terrence. I'm thinking of Kevin. I'm thinking of. Okay, Jerry. Those are the good examples of recent history.
Yeah.
Glenn. Steve. But like.
Yeah, two basically first boots.
No, basically about it. Two first boots. But really thinking about it, I think the last older man that we really had, and I'm going to say in this good of a position, even coming out of the first few weeks, I'm going to go all the way back and say Jerry.
Yeah.
I really think that, and like we didn't really talk about Jerry as much in Big Brother 1. We weren't, podcasting at all then. But like people didn't really talk about it much about Jerry's win equity because it was kind of like okay, you think Jerry could win? Legitimately, Will might be the best older man casting we have ever had on Big Brother in terms of the ability to play the game. I can't think of an older woman who's had this much immediate success. I mean, hell, I'm even going to say this. I think Angela is probably the best one we've had in that casting department in ages.
Yeah.
So, like,
I want to see them on a season together.
Please. For my ego, please.
I want to
put them together on The Amazing Race. Fuck it. Here we go.
want to see
we
them
don't need Angela on 2 seasons of The Amazing Race. But
I want to see them together with Felicia. I want to see what the three of them are going to do in a Big Brother house.
The Golden Big Brother, it's like the Golden Bachelorette, but it's all of the older house guests. And we get like Angela, Felicia, Cliff, Will.
And I think we throw in 2 younger house guests to make them feel like how the older house guests feel.
Who would be the funny ones to throw in? We throw in like we need
Cameron.
some model. We throw in like Riley. We throw
We
in
throw
Riley.
Cameron and Paola.
Riley from 25.
Cameron and Paola.
No, not Paola. Paola's too old now. It's been 10 years. You throw in Riley from Big Brother 25 and like Devin Shepard. I don't know.
My brain. I know exactly who I want to reference here. But
Travis from Big Brother 23.
We throw in Amira.
No. You don't need the Amira stance to be talking more.
Oh, we do. We need them talking. We need a mess.
Retire. The Amira stance. I'm going to direct this to you. Retire. She went home 3rd, and then she was the first boot on the Challenge USA. Retire.
Most of them have morphed into different stands of people this season who have gotten no edit. So, like normal.
I'm just going to say this for the Amira stands. I'm going to say this just real quick. It feels really good being a Taylor Hale fan right now. It feels phenomenal being a Taylor Hale stan, especially considering we did get confirmation that her and Derek are going to be hosting Unlocked on Friday. So
excited about one of them.
I wish it was a different Derek, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we had to get a male winner, I guess Derek is not the worst choice, but like he's not the best one either.
Yeah.
Like, can we not have gotten like Dan or like Will?
I don't know, bring Steve.
Steve! I would lose my mind if we got Steve fucking Moses on this show ever again. Steve's like, I won the show. I'm never going back. I'm happy. I have lived my life.
He won 10 seasons ago, and we've heard from him like 2 or 3 times, and honestly, good for him.
We have heard from him more, but like that's just because there's some connections that we have that other people may not.
I know him a little bit. So
we're keeping that on the low. That is not our business to share. But Steve is living his life. He has moved on. I'm happy for Steve. I love that he is using his platform to spread awareness about things that he cares about now, because he kind of did just like dip off the face of Big Brother for a while.
The amount that I know him, he's really nice and he's cool. That's all I'll say about it.
God, he will also be fun. Kaycee. Oh my God, imagine Kaycee doing a show with Taylor.
Also, I do think they would be a good combination. I tend to think of somebody that I feel like would be really, really awkward between the two of them. Matt,
Taylor and Derek.
Taylor and Matt.
Taylor and Cody. Oh my God. Ugh. I mean, honestly, for real though, if you really wanted to cast somebody from like ages ago, the best person I can think of to cast would have been Dan. He is so magnetic in front of the camera. And honestly,
Mhm.
you wave a paycheck in front of Dan Giesling's face and tell him to just talk on TV, he'll do it.
Yeah.
Flying Derek out to California from Rhode Island, okay.
I mean, at this point, he's filmed like 2 or 3 different crime shows. It's not impossible for him to just like book up in LA for a couple, like literally once every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna
So
be watching and stuff. I mean, the other person that I think would have been really fun to have seen, and I know they would never go for this ever, but can you imagine if they somehow would have taken a step back, evaluated all of life's decisions, and just given us 2 female winners hosting the show? Because I would have personally really liked to have seen Taylor hosting this show with somebody like really fun and magnetic, or somebody who was the complete opposite of that, like Nicole Franzel. So, like, I mean, whoever really.
My top 2 picks would have been June or Chelsea.
yeah,
Chelsea's an interesting choice because I think they tried to avoid having people that are in like the same era of Big Brother hosting, probably.
And that's why my first pick was June.
June would have been.
Yeah.
I would have loved that.
June would have been awesome. The only issue is that they're like, no, unless it's in HD, people don't know what it is.
If they really wanted to shock people, I think Andy could have been a really good choice for this too. They'll never do it.
They'll never do it.
They'll never do it.
They don't want to talk. They don't want to talk about that season.
For obvious reasons. It's, I believe, the only season from the teens that has either not had a returner or had returners on it.
Basically, yes.
Because 16, 17, 18, 19 all had returners and or had returners for All-Stars.
The half footnote, funnily enough, of Alyssa.
Yeah, she was on Amazing Race, yeah, I guess. But
yeah, so like, she kinda, but that was only because she was Rachel's sister, and that could all be removed context-wise. If she wasn't, but
literally
like,
no one on the show ever played Big Brother again, did they? Huh.
No,
I don't believe so. Yeah, no, it's a complete dead-end season.
But like literally every single season in the teens, other than 15, is somehow connected to another season. And as much as we do not like a lot of the cast of 15 for obvious reasons, there are some really good standout players there that I wish would get some more shine from production. Notably Helen. I love you, Helen. Okay, quick question before we wrap up. Was or was Helen not pushed?
Oh, she was. No
Push.
questions. Are you kidding me?
Helen was pushed.
I love this question.
If she wasn't pushed, someone stabbed her in the back of the leg. Like she was touched there in some degree.
Helen was pushed. At the end of the day, there are very few things that Big Brother fans can agree on, but one of them is that Helen was pushed.
Yeah, she was.
She was 100% pushed. And we are 100% pushing our time limit to be doing this show.
Yeah.
So, unless anyone has any final comments, wild predictions, I guess what we're going to end on is this.
We're getting Rachel.
Who is
quitting
going
that
home
episode.
tomorrow?
Who do we think is going home tomorrow? Is that the question, Jack?
Who do you think and who do you want?
Who do I want and think are the same person? And that's going to be Amy. I think Adrian's winning the blockbuster, and I think Amy's going home almost unanimously against Will. So I think Amy.
I think that's happening. I want Adrian out more. Sorry.
I think I want Adrian gone. I think it probably is Amy, unless it's a really unfavorable comp to Adrian or something where Will or Amy can just win it out via just doing something really different.
When it's women's basketball trivia.
When the competition is how
Jail.
many Big Brother comps have you built in your backyard? Congratulations, Adrian.
No, it actually turns out Will's been building them in his backyard too. We just never mentioned it.
I was like, I got a whole micro brew Vito just like chilling in my backyard. You know, I
He's
built
3D printed out every Big Brother competition and has them in his backyard.
I built a mini ready set whoa lane in my car. Bowl arena, I am ready to go.
Me and my wife every night we play pressure cooker to decide who has to make dinner.
You know, OTEV, I built a waterfall in my backyard. It looks like a mess out there.
Yeah.
And like I also just got like one of those spinner things and a giant ball from Big Brother All Stars 1, just in case they ever decide to bring that back.
And then, of course, not to be confused with anything else, I have learned every single move of a knight on a chessboard, just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah.
But that is all we have here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for an hour and 15 minutes. If you've loved us that much, feel free to subscribe down below where you can hang out with us more during the week, including tomorrow for the live eviction episode with Logan, maybe some more of us. Feel free to tune back in on Saturday with Alana for nominations and some early live feeds. And join us for Manic Mondays with Brooke for veto spoilers and the Sunday episode recap. And of course, you can always see me back here 1 week from now, God willing. But feel free to follow all of us below. Our social medias have been scrolling at the bottom this whole time. And if you're done here, go watch our Destination X coverage. We just dropped another amazing exit interview. And one last thing. Buy your goddamn merch.
Unless you're in Brazil.
Unless you're in Brazil. For some reason, we have massive shipping delays there. But from way, way, way outside the Big Brother house, this has been the Cup TV. The rest of it. Love only yourself and only yourself. No one else. Don't even try it. Terrible morning. Goodbye.
Cheers.